Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a review of There's No Freaking Way I'll Be Your Lover Unless Episode 8. Now, before I get to this, I just want to make sure that we're on the same page here. You see, I feel like this show is underrated this season in the rom-com department. And yes, it's not as hype as Rented Girlfriend Season 4. It's not as hype as My Dress Up Darling. Even the other one I keep forgetting to mention. But my point is, this Yuri anime needs some love. Now, before I dive into this episode, I want to make sure that we're perfectly clear on something. In regards to Anime NYC, I was there for 4 days. This was everything that I lived for. This. And as you can see, I take my hot takes very, very seriously. You guys may not see all the hot takes on this list, but if you guys don't know me, I was there. I say it and I'm not rage baiting everybody. I'm speaking it from the heart. Mind, body, spirit, soul. Everything I say, I meant that. And I'm not saying I'm lying. Everything I say when I do my hot takes, I freaking meant that. No ifs, ands, or buts. I don't want you to think like, oh, you're joking with me, right? No, I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. These hot takes I've been holding since day one, ever since I've seen people doing hot takes. And I always wanted to express my feelings to characters and shows and so on. I say it from the heart. I say it from the soul. I say it from my mind, and I'm going to let it go. Everything I say is how I felt these hot takes. So for everybody who see me at conventions, rest assured you, I got more hot takes than anybody out there. Look, either I'm wrong or I'm right. I don't care. My hot takes are going to expand like nothing. And pretty soon, sooner or later, down the line, I will do hot takes on YouTube any day. If I ever have time, whatever I'm off work or whatever I come home from work or before work, I will give you hot takes like nothing. So get ready for the ride of your life. And pretty soon, I'll meet other YouTubers and TikTokers and Instagram people, famous people, which I applaud them for letting me do my hot takes. I'm doing it again. You guys ain't gonna see the last of me. Count on it. So, anyway, now that I got it out the way, There's No Freaking Way I'll Be Your Lover, episode 8. It just shows you that this episode basically is about FPS, first-person shooters. You know, this is why we rock Sony. PlayStation, best console, by the way. It showed you that when you play games online, not only you could challenge people in multiplayer, but you also want to rank up, get your guns, and kill people. And while you're killing people, it causes friction. And I like this episode because you got Satsuki, Mai, and Renako playing against each other for the battle of who wins and who marries who, and all this between ties, all that kind of thing. I like it. So, games like this may ruin friendship, but it brings closer together. So without further ado, let's get right through the review of this show. Okay, so how do I say this? Okay, so last week was a Kiss episode. Now, this episode, we got to see Ren training Satsuki how to play a first-person shooter game. Now, we all live for first-person shooter games. Most common, if you ask anybody is their first-person shooter game, everybody's going to say Call of Duty. Some people might say GoldenEye, some people might say Battlefield. But either way, everybody lived through first-person shooters. They all love first-person shooters. I think third-person over-the-shoulder look may be good for some people. But it's something about first-person shooters that you like, oh my God, boo, 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 UAV online, boo, 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 care package, airstrip, those kind of things. So, now, after all the test scores, now we finally got, after the whole midterm scores or whatnot, we got to the battle. Mai versus Satsuki versus Ren, and the battle of who wins what. Now remember the bets. Remember the bets. If Mai wins, if Mai wins, she gets Ren. If Satsuki wins, she gets Ren. And if Ren wins, they both make up. So it's one of those like Ren's stuck in the middle and she really under pressure. I mean, who's the most on pressure? Who's most pressure? And it's Ren, because Ren's trying to get these two together. So it's kind of like, for her to be an excellent gamer, what can go wrong? And in her first match, she might beat her. And it wasn't like, and you know what's funny about this? You know what's good about this? They took a first-person shooter game and made it more drama-like. I love it. And the fact that it's in Mai's rich apartment where they got all the computers, it's like watching Mai's game room is like, that's how gamers are. When they have like a TV platform, a TV console, and they got the whole thing around them, like a gamer group, and they have the old TVs around them, and they just like play games like, okay, here we go. You go left. Yeah. Okay. All right. He's right there. It's like that room. I like it. But again, she beat her with a melee weapon of crowbar. And I'm like, already. And the thing about here's the thing about Ren. Ren is a gamer. Remember, she played games, so she knows how this works. But for Mai, it's like that first round, she literally beat him because like she know all the the spawn locks. I mean, how you put this? My bad. Respawn locations. Yo, now that's a true gamer. Think about this guy. I bet y'all, how many of y'all play shooting games? And you guys know exactly where how to spawn trap them, or the spawn locations. Like, okay, they're gonna be located right there in that spot. I know because I've been there. That's how it is. And Ren's like, I'm like, she didn't know all about that. It's like, you're a gamer and you did not know all the spawn locations. And then Mai just literally took him down with that thing. That was crazy. And it took down Satsuki. And then the next round, oh my God. It's like, seeing these three play is like, you don't know who you trust. Do you want them to like team up against Ren? Do you want to team up against Satsuki? Do you want to team up against Mai? It was so many things, so many like things going on. And I love this because they took a gaming situation and they made it more drama-like. So much so, I'm looking at this like it was Gun Gale Online, because the CGI animation was so good. It's like they put themselves in the character, and they had and again, it looks like Gun Gale Online. And if you watch Gun Gale Online, you know what I'm saying. That's what it is. And then the shot, sniper shot, like all Call of Duties, one shot, one kill, boom, shot Satsuki, took Satsuki down. And when you leave yourself wide open, you get shot, and then boom, Ren shot her in the head. Oh my God, shot mine in the head. Then Satsuki stepped out. Mai and Ren had a conversation. A little went too far about Satsuki, but you got Satsuki deciding, what to do for the next game plan. And Ren was worried about Satsuki, and that's okay. But again, the kiss, once again, Satsuki kissed Ren. Yo, this is crazy. This harem, the haremness that she's getting is crazy. Like, utterly crazy. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. Now, I like Satsuki's strategy throughout this, using Ren as the core to make Mai jealous. Because when they went back, she told him, yeah, we hook up and we kissed. And you can see her shaking that teacup, and she's all nervous, like, oh my God. And that distracted her. And then we had a story about how Mai and Satsuki first met. And it was great. I mean, the storyline was like this. Satsuki and Mai was kids back in the days. Mai was the popular girl, the most popular girl. And she had friends. And then she didn't want to go home because of her strict mother. Now, we saw her mother for the first time. This was the first time that we actually saw Satsuki's mother. And I'm looking at, I'm sorry, not Satsuki, Mai. Yeah, Mai had a good friendship, but, Mai didn't want to go home because of the strict rules that's coming on, this and that, the timing strict. Mai's mother was strict. And then when we first saw seeing Mai's mother for the first time, she had the yellow pigtails. It almost looked like she was like, looking at her, it looked like an anime, like not an anime mom, but more like a height of an anime teenager girl. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to put it in perspective. It's like, you sure that's a sister? Because I'm looking at her mom and I'm like, I'm looking at Mai's mom and I'm like, there's no way that's your mother. She looked like a big sister, the way I looked at it. But again, every character looks just like a sister. Satsuki's mother looked like her sister, looked like a big sister. Mai's mother looked like a big sister. And I'm like, wow. But anyway, Mai was sad and everything that Satsuki took Mai home. For the first time, Mai made a friend. Mai and Satsuki were like friends. Like finally a friend came over, they're hanging out. And she apologized, and then, Mai's mother came in and apologized for her behavior, like not telling where she was going. And then Satsuki stepped in and told her, like, she ain't do nothing wrong. It was my fault. I wanted her to come. If she don't want to come home, that's on her. That's that. But again, what a way to use that as a strategy token. The fact that Satsuki used her emotions against her just to get a shot, just to get that one shot against Mai, that was hilarious. I mean, the fact that she made her cry, everything, it was hilarious because it was so tactical. Because Satsuki never had to find a weakness against Mai. And looking at that scene where she got on the chair, she's like, see, I got you right there. You see, you're slick and all that stuff, to a point where she's like, I made you cry. Did you feel guilt, all that stuff? She's like, I was just kidding about all the friendship we have. I was kidding, all that, just to make her lose focus. Using her to an advantage was hilarious. And then in the last shot, Ren killed Satsuki in the game, and then she won. She won the entire thing. Even though her backstory is true with Satsuki and Mai, it was the best way to use it against the advantage. But again, Ren won everything. Now that Ren won, those two were able to make up, and it was Satsuki's birthday, and everyone gave her a present, And in that last scene, we got to see Satsuki smile because for the first time in her life, she finally beat her at something. Like she finally beat her in midterms. Like, again, you have to remember, Satsuki never beaten Mai in her life, but this is the first time that she finally beat her. And it was a sight to see. Like, she got confidence because of Ren. And I feel like Ren is the reason why Satsuki was able to beat Mai, because the way how Ren plays the game of first-person shooters and the way how she gets them together, it works. This just goes to show you, gaming brings people together. Plus, they got a PlayStation 5, which is good. Now, now that the Satsuki's arc is over and we're on episode 8, and we got 12 episodes. I mean, there's 12 episodes in the series. I got a feeling the next 4 episodes is going to be the Anji arc, Sena arc, the one with the long brown hair. Kaho, I don't think Kaho is going to have an arc of her own, because I feel like Kaho and Ren's relationship, Kaho's so energetic that I don't think there was a time that Kaho likes Ren. But the way you see it with Sena, I think the next arc obviously is going to be Sena and Ren, and you see the feelings that Sena has for Ren as much as Ren has for Sena, but you see it. But overall, though, the conclusion of this the Satsuki arc was amazing. This just the Uranus got there again. I like how they bring gaming, first-person shooter into the drama that all three have, which is great to see. And Satsuki's happy that she finally beat Mai at something. It was a confident level as we speak. So thank you for watching my review of this show. I look forward for other shows along the way, and also with some hot takes I want to put on this board and we'll bring it out. But thank you for watching.